Hey guys, Ashley here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Star-Lord figure, and he is from the Build-A-Figure Titus Wave. However, he himself does not actually come with a Build-A-Figure piece. With that out of the way, you may be wondering why he's already open. Well, the reason for that is that I kind of forgot to charge my camera and lost the beginning footage where I got him out of the packaging. So we are going to just pick up the review here, and I will show the back of the box. No point really showing the front since, you know, he's not in it anymore, so it's pretty plain. So here's the back of the box, and I really like the pose he is in on the back here. And it says, when the fate of the universe hangs in the balance, Star-Lord is ready to defend the galaxy from interstellar bad guys. The bottom down here, of course, shows the completed Build-A-Figure and the others in this line. And out of the ones in this line, the ones I want most are, other than Star-Lord, Nova, Yondu, and Drax. And the reason for I want Nova is actually because of Ultimate Spider-Man, because that's where I became familiar with the Nova character and Sam Alexander, and I really liked his characterization there, so I'm really wanting to get the Nova figure. And Yondu, I just think Yondu's a really cool character, especially after the second movie, but I'm not going to spoil anything there. And as for Drax, I just think it would be cool to eventually manage to get, like, all of the Guardians characters, and since this is technically only my second Legend, actually, because the only other one I have in this size scale is Doctor Strange, and the only other Legend I have other than that is the 3 3/4 Yondu. So yeah, it'd be really cool if they released more Guardians and I was able to just kind of get all of the Guardians. So that's something I hope they do in the future. I know they've released them before, but I wasn't collecting back then. Speaking of which, even though I wasn't collecting back then, I used to watch Glenn Webb's reviews all the time, and from what I remember, I have to say that this Star-Lord figure actually looks a lot better than the one that Glenn reviewed from the first movie. I think that he looks a lot more like the character and a lot more like the actor that played him. When I picked him up, by the way, the only other ones our Meyer had were Nova and Angela, so I don't know. I've looked at other places as well for the Yondu figure and haven't been able to find him, so I'm hoping maybe when my cousin comes up, because we were talking about going to Toys R Us, so I'm hoping maybe I'll be able to find him there. It's also a very rare occasion for me to go to Toys R Us because we don't have one locally and have to go out of town for that. So, before we get to reviewing this, I know before we do this, but anyway, I just wanted to say again, I really do think that this Yondu figure is just a really great likeness to the comics, and I really like him. I will link at the end, I'll have a link to the video where I reviewed him in case you guys missed that. And really the only thing I would change is maybe put some color on the arrows and the quiver. I know the bow is supposed to be that color, but I only have read like 3 comics, I think, with him like this, and I don't remember if the quiver was gold or not, and I'm sure that the arrows were at least, like, the ends or the tips had color at the least, but I don't remember for sure, but I know that the bow is supposed to be gold. So we're just going to get him back over there. I'm also going to mash him chilling in the background, but anyway, on to the actual figure. So we're going to take a look at his articulation first. Oh, also, he's got so much texture on him, by the way. Move his jacket out a little bit and see the undershirt. And he just has so much texture. And I'm pretty sure he's got a completely new sculpt as well. Okay, so in terms of articulation, his arms move out like this. And like that. He's got, I don't know what this joint up here is called, but you can turn his arm all the way around. He's got like a double jointed elbow. His wrists can spin around, and I believe they're jointed. Yeah, he's got jointed wrists. And turn his head like that. Turn it all the way around if you really try, but it is impaired by the jacket. His legs forward like that, back like that. see, you can't really make him do the splits, but he goes about that far open. His legs open about that far. You can't really do any splits or anything, though. I think part of that is because of the little detail here on his pants. I hope I'm not mumbling. If I am very sorry. It's just I'm close to the microphone and I'm trying not to talk too loudly, but I don't want to talk too quietly either. So he's got the double jointed knee. I think that this is a new joint, actually. I don't know if... No, maybe not. I don't know. But he does have the double jointed knee. More posability there. The ankle pivot. You can move his ankle into some really unsettling positions. Okay, so that out of the way. So I believe that about covers it. Oh yeah, he does as well have the ab crunch, which I guess moves pretty... Yeah, it moves actually really well in spite of the jacket. I wasn't sure it would, so... He does have that, and that does it for articulation, I believe. Of course, he does bend normally at the waist as well. Now I believe that does it for articulation. And I keep finding more articulation I miss, so this does move as well at the top here. Not quite sure what this particular joint is, but... Okay, let's see if I can stand him back up. There we go. So, he has a lot of articulation, which is good for posability. And we're going to take a look at his accessories now. So, we're going to pull his head off here. And replace it with the masked version, if I can get it on. There we go. Transformed from Peter Quill to Star-Lord. Okay. I really like how he looks with this mask on. I think the mask is nicely detailed as well. Very accurate. Stay. Okay. And the other accessories he comes with are his two blasters, which, again, I think are really nicely detailed and painted. Let's get them in his hand. Pretty sure you can hold them. Just a second. I just don't want to knock things down while I'm trying to do this. I don't want to fuss with both of them right now, but I did get this one in his hand at least. So you can see he can hold his blaster. And he could hold the other one too in the other hand, I'm pretty sure. I just didn't want to try and fuss with it and make this video longer than necessary. So I think that he is a really nice figure. You can get him into lots of different positions here, and I don't know, I in general really like these Legends figures, even though this is only my second one. And I definitely am going to continue to collect these. And would recommend these figures to other people. And I would recommend the Star-Lord figure, of course, that I just reviewed. I really, I can't think of anything that I really dislike about this figure. So yeah, so that does it for this review, and I hope that you all enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys!